There's a piercing in there. I agree.
Yeah, like right here.
It really
It's
hurt.
helpful.
Yeah.
Jim, like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
My cousin did that. It helped.
I did that for
That
stop
pretty much
smoking.
took care of her.
They put one right there, and anytime I wanted to have a cigarette, I would just push on that and let go of it, and it would just alleviate that desire.
I just thought it shocked you or something.
No, it's, yeah.
Not close enough. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that for smoking cessation too.
Well, yeah, they did the year, and it was just like,
Yeah.
Did he say yes? Or is he ignoring me?
okay.
Okay, it's August 3rd,
He's not replied.
Gold Rush meeting, so. Let's see. We're all here. Has Corey said anything to you about his status on the board?
No.
Because I haven't heard a response back.
I saw him on
He wasn't able to come
the
tonight.
night before. Night tonight. I went over there to pick up stuff for the booth, but he didn't say anything. Yeah,
That's
no.
fine.
He was here the last meeting, he just had to leave early.
Yeah.
Okay, we have an agenda.
A motion to approve, make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Approval of the July 6th minutes. There, you had a chance to read those when the email went out. Make a motion, we approve the July 6th.
I
Second.
knew it was a C.
Okay.
Thank you.
Who was that? Jim, was that you?
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Alyssa texted me here about 6 minutes ago. They're leaving on vacation tomorrow, so she's trying to finish some work up, but she did share a balance of $38,185. Check the balance. So, let's see. No updates. Still after Gold Rush. Regarding the bylaws, Gold Rush event. Let's see. Why don't we, let's just take those issues real quick and then we'll continue on. We'll get down to the spreadsheet dates there. So we'll be in red and bold until the days, so.
Excuse me.
So the prep dates, we've talked about those. And, got somewhere here. We have one conflict with next Wednesday night. That is a budget meeting, budget workshop at 6:30. And we're only having 4 of those. That's the first one, so if possible, we could, a couple of things we could maybe do here. You could. I'll just throw a couple ideas out, we can talk about those. One is to try and do something this Saturday. But they're forecasting rain.
Saturday and Sunday is.
yeah, it's supposed to just be a rain out this whole weekend, pretty much is what I.
Well, it's better this weekend than.
Good. We need it. Right now.
So another possibility is that we could, whoever's available during the days, I know. Jim and I have started some of those.
Let me know when we can handle whatever needs to be done.
We can maybe do everything but D and E. And then just skip Wednesday night, the 9th, and plan on doing everything on Friday night, the 11th. Friday night on the 11th was our backup date. we didn't get done on Wednesday night. So,
Friday works for me. I can be there Friday.
I would like to tell you, but I left my phone at home, so I can't see my calendar.
Yes,
Friday the 11th,
Yeah.
Friday the 11th you're talking about?
yes, and
Everybody?
cancel the night.
Okay, I
We'll
can't
try
make it on
and
Friday.
have everything done except D and E. And Jim and I will work on whoever's available during the day. We'll set up a couple hours here and there, and we should be able to do everything. A, B, C, K. Those types of things. So
Just let me know and we'll get it organized.
we'll plan on that. We'll keep our workshop date. I thought it started at 5:30, but it starts at 6:30, so. But, so I told Sonny that we would keep that time frame, and, that's a kind of a kickoff for the budget, so that's kind of a key date, so.
Is anybody close enough or have a number to reach out to Darcy? Cause she usually helps with the D and E. She could maybe come and help us.
Do you mean Marcy?
Or Marcy.
Marcy,
Darcy,
yeah.
I say Darcy. I don't know.
I was like, I don't know Darcy, but I know
If we
Marcy.
could reach out, I mean, cause she knows where everything go. Like last year, she even worked by herself without a partner.
Let me look at,
She went.
she signed up, I think, on the,
Did she?
on the sign up.
Goodness,
Let me look at,
Marcy Goodman.
yeah,
Would be, okay.
yeah, let me take a look and see if I've got her contact information.
Cause
Also
if she
there.
signed up for the 9th, we'll have to call her and let her know that's canceled.
Yeah, I didn't see anything for the 9th this year, but I know she signed up the last 2 years on there, so that, or I helped her sign up, so let me, I'll take a look and see if I've got her, contact.
Have Renee remove that from the calendar too.
So we're just gonna skip on the, we're gonna skip the 9th.
Skip the 9th, yeah. Okay. Let's just jump down to number C. We're pulling the Pepsi banners, the plan was to do it tomorrow night. Have the Pepsi banners and the sail flags. Pepsi banners are the big sail flags that can be done. But whoever can help us with 6 P.M. We've got a pound steel post and we've got 5 banners, I think, to put up. Whoever can make it at 6 P.M. would be great. Takes about an hour and 15 minutes.
Should be on that.
Right?
Corey usually helps you with that too.
We gotta find.
Myself,
Let me-
Jim,
I was gonna try to do the car show tomorrow night.
Has Fisher done Pepsi banners before? Oh, he's leaving for the cabin tomorrow though. I know. You can't go to the cabin now.
Owen and I.
He's out doing cows right now, so we can leave
Cause
him.
I was gonna try to do Stewie's, it was really late last Friday night for handing out the flyers.
Okay,
And that just, looked like it was gonna rain and it was like maybe half the people that were there. So I was gonna try to run and see if I can't get those dropped off tomorrow night.
whoever can make it, I've done it myself, but it's nice to have at least 2 people.
Yeah,
I'm texting
yeah.
Corey too.
could we do it earlier tomorrow?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I mean, I could go earlier in the afternoon tomorrow, if we could do a couple of them or something that way. Cause I mean, I'd be glad to help. I was just trying to work on that for the car show.
Earlier, like, what, 4?
Yeah, maybe even 3:30. 3,
Check my calendar, right?
What time, if I ask Corey, what time do you want me to tell him?
3, okay. Cause if.
I'm free at 3.
Yeah, I'll write it down. here.
Darn kids.
If I can be here, I will at 3.
Still working.
So we have
I'll bring another set of hands.
both you and Jim are both you guys.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, I have to check my calendar, make sure I don't have meetings, and if I don't, I'll.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah, and I'll go ahead and I'll just see my dad early and I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah, cause I normally have to leave a little bit earlier to get a spot, so it's 2 weeks. Cause I wanna get out there by my.
I'll bring one.
Okay. Jump back up to the golf cart. Okay, so we have a list. So. This is, well, we talked with miners yesterday, no, this morning. So we've got it all. She missed one of my emails. Originally we had 6 6 4-seater and 6 regular. And she missed my email where I updated that to say 5 4-seaters and 7 2-seaters. So she's gonna honor our request for 6 4-seaters, but charges one of those to be a 2-seater charge,
Alright,
if you will.
we'll take it.
So,
That's nice.
they're gonna deliver. Spreadsheet.
We're gonna be on a 12.
So they're delivering 7 2-seaters. Go to the spreadsheet.
Hold on.
Page 4. They're gonna deliver, next Thursday, they're gonna deliver 3 4-seaters and 7 2-seaters. No, I'm sorry. 2 4-seaters and 7 2-seaters. We're getting 9 carts on Thursday, August the 10th. And the balance of the 3 4-seaters will arrive on Monday, the 14th. So the list I gave you, we need to identify or designate of the regular who would have would get a 4-seater. Sheriff is a 2-seater.
Why don't we give, as a suggestion, I'd say that Joanne should maybe have a 4-seater.
She never leaves them. She never leaves them. She never leaves the trailer.
Be available that way, you know what I'm trying to say? So in case we wanted to rent it out or whatever else, we would have that there.
Yeah, it's usually, yeah, that's true.
Don't you need one for when the
I'm
paper
not-
comes?
I'm not doing that.
Oh, you're not?
Nice try.
I thought you, but you always did it. That's stupid.
No, they're not just saying that it would be there,
Yeah.
which wouldn't be a bad thing.
We're gonna have plenty of 4-seaters. The other idea is just to
What's wrong with my brain like
Have a
that?
third.
Ryland, why don't you take it?
third medical.
Or, yeah, whatever, you know.
Actually, that's a good idea.
If we need it, I mean, if we had the extra request, it would be nice to be able to recoup some of that money.
Right,
If you're getting, what are you getting for
It's-
calls? Are you getting more than we have?
It's on Friday so far.
Okay.
Everybody wants them on Friday.
Okay, well, I mean, we could even
They'll
use
come.
Friday.
Right.
If you have
Right, and
requests.
I've told them, you check with me on Friday and we'll see if one's sitting here. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it'd be nice to be able to
I
rent
think
it.
that's a good way to do
Yeah.
it, yeah.
and then it's always there, so if something comes up and somebody needs a 4-seater, cause we gotta
Yeah.
get somebody or move somebody, whatever, we can just go drop a 2-seater and pick up the 4-seater
There
and
you
go.
go, yeah,
Then it's always available.
So we'll make
makes
that a-
sense.
Joanne.
Or if it's elderly and famous.
Right.
Right,
So
Joanne.
Joanne's gonna be
4-seater.
for so we'll put a rental tag on it or not?
No, we'll leave it off, but we can always put a rental tag when we need it, if we need it.
Okay, super. So, on the 10th. I'll meet them when they're here and we'll just have to make sure people get the keys and pick those up.
I'll pick it up.
Prefer not to leave them here.
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
I'd prefer to take one of the 4-seaters on the 14th, cause. I mean, I can always park it at Kristen's or something, but like, I'm not in town. I can come pick it up and move it to Kristen's house.
Well, and the same thing, so I'm not here the 16th or
So
17th,
you'll do,
and I'm hoping Jessica will use
That's right,
one.
that's right.
So I could always help you move it.
so Mel, you're gonna pick it on the 14th?
Yes, I need, it would be
Next Thursday.
preferable if I could do mine on the 14th.
But who's gonna do the other 4-seater?
Why don't I have?
Kristen, Christine, and the 2 medicals. We're gonna keep the medical rental ones.
On our property?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It all just-
It was driving all over to Kristen's.
Party over, yeah.
That worked out great last year too, because when you pull in there, there's that huge lot by the trees right up there.
So they're gonna deliver here.
Right, I'm just saying, if
These
they
could
need
all
to be
go to your
delivered there,
house.
they could be.
Oh, they
Oh,
could almost
you know?
be, yeah, why? Cause then otherwise we're driving back
it
and
might be
forth.
hard for them to get turned around back in there by you though.
Think they could go around the, I mean, I've had a semi in there.
I can go
Have you
back
got a
and
semi in
forth
there?
and
Oh,
run,
yeah,
we can
forget
get a
that.
couple of us that will do it, maybe.
Well, we can
champion.
zip them up.
We'll find a way to
back
get
and
them
forth.
over there and
Yeah.
go back and forth.
Cause it's so private, no one will see them.
On the 10th?
They're not at risk or anything like that. No one will ever see them back there.
So the 10th, there's 2 4-seaters coming, so who's gonna take? the
We'll take,
two,
we'll get them all over
Christine and
Kristen's.
to Kristen's.
And then the one
If
that's
Jim and
gonna-
I need to do that, we could do
take
that.
one.
No, the 14th, I'm gonna leave it so that way Jessica can use it the first day.
I'll take one on the 10th.
Okay, for the 4-seater?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, cause
Yeah, cause you're close now.
Where are you gonna put the keys?
Um,
in the office, probably. That's what they were last
yeah,
year.
but I guess you call me because afterwards, if they come after 4, they'll be gone
Oh, yeah.
in the afternoon. So text me. I'll meet you down here. I'm gonna, I don't know what time they're coming either. They're supposed to let me know. But I'll
Okay.
send a text
Just
out when they
text
do
us.
arrive.
Okay,
Well, whatever ones we bring them to your place, we can just leave the key in the card, and then you can pull it.
well, I mean, once we get it over to your
Me?
place, we'll
Oh.
just leave the keys in it at your place.
Oh, yeah, the keys could stay
You know,
in
cause
it. No
it make
one's
any
gonna,
difference once they're over there.
I mean, they're,
Doing donuts.
we don't, I mean, we don't like
Okay.
it. Sorry.
Okay.
Come on over.
I don't know why you would.
Take
Yeah.
what you want. No
People
one knows where we
realize-
live
You
anyway.
know, and when people realize
Well,
they
they-
got all the way back as far as they go, they go,
Change.
shit, this is someone's yard, they
Yeah.
like turn around and leave. Like.
I just
Before I
give
say that,
Colleen a little
that's,
ding.
Yeah.
She'll be all
I think that originally we said they were gonna be.
Sorry.
Or the 14th, they're gonna be.
So whatever's not picked up, we'll go over to Kristen's place.
Yep. I think the gyms are saying they will make sure that no carts are sitting at City
Yeah,
Hall overnight.
absolutely. Yeah, we'll get them all.
Anything
there.
that isn't picked up or moved by one of
Yeah,
us,
we'll get
they
them.
will move.
We'll get them up.
And we shut over back like we did.
Good.
Okay, good. Okay, D is meal tickets. So we just need clarification of the cadets, Civil Air Patrol cadets. I believe the fire department's doing 20 tickets.
Right, that's correct. And I'm gonna pick it on next Monday. Okay, and so I got 20 from them and 20 from the fire department.
And they're all the same, Brad.
They're printing them up, that's all I know, and so I'm gonna pick those up on Monday night.
What's that?
Ours says free breakfast or lunch.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean, I'll pick them up, I'm just saying, but I've got fire department, they're laminating them and.
so previously, Joanne and I were talking about this, that some cases the cadets were using the vouchers that we get from the food vendors too. And the question to the board, is that okay that we share the food vouchers that we get from the vendors?
Yeah, I think they should be
for
able to pick.
volunteers?
They stand out there all day
Yeah.
too.
I think the one year we did let them, I remember we let them pick and they were excited, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Pick
the
what they
folder
wanted.
was just on the
Yeah.
counter. We
Yeah.
were like, just pick whatever you want out of there. It all works out.
We get more food vendors this year too. Got 8, 9, 6, 7, I'm not sure. So tickets or the vouchers are available to the cadets in.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, I'll get them from you. Okay, so whatever. Work out.
Okay, sounds good.
You want me to bring them up to and put them in your mailbox?
Yeah, you can do that, that's a good way to do that, yeah. Thank you.
Handicap parking areas. I'm hoping we can still do like we did last year. Designate a spot north of the Grace Lutheran Church, and then behind the post office. Plus Chad Tracy is handicapped. I talked with Kane this morning or today, and they picked up some new cones, plastic cones. So we put a stake in, or a wood stake down through the center of them, and we just tied yellow ribbon,
Oh,
caution label, and we have a couple of the signs left over from Last year it says handicap parking with an arrow,
Yeah.
so we'll get those out of the trailer. And, at least that's what I'd like to see happen, and we can do that again this year, so. We'll do all that next Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday. Because the contractor should be out of here the week of the 7th. No, week of the 14th. So
You
we
say
said that
that
whole week that we
one more
shouldn't deal with the equipment or trucks.
So he's hoping it'll be the same as where it was before, but this time it's the cones and the stakes that Kane has with
So-
tape and signs. So the first tree, where we.
Okay, next item is some map reviews. And I've got several of those.
Joanna, you're gonna have the books that you had last year?
For what?
Yes,
You're gonna have the books? Okay, those books were great.
and, yeah, and we're gonna have the
books That
maps.
we had, that
Oh,
we
yeah,
kept
yeah.
for those.
Yeah,
So the
Joanne's
garbage
gonna put-
cans.
Joanne's gonna do it.
Yeah, I've got the church entries.
I think along the side street.
I'll send these to Kane tomorrow. I talked to him briefly. I asked him if he has any, I said, we're using the same map as we did last year. If there's any suggested changes to those, please let us know. And we can make, but they're all along Minnesota Avenue and everything west. And next one is the porta potties. We talked about those earlier, about moving 2 of them up from the VFW to the B lot. And Mel did her magic with the
Oh my gosh,
company and saved a whole bunch of money.
yeah, that was something else. So, I was having such trouble getting hold of them. Well, what it finally worked out was the previous contact, Mary, either isn't there anymore or she has a different job there. So it was the wrong person. Finally, this Heidi reached out to me. She's like, I'm your person. I said, I'm freaking out because I need this. She was awesome to work with. She was super fast. I said, can you send me a quote that is identical to the number of units that we had last year? Just, I wanted to know what their pricing was gonna look like this year in an identical situation. And then I thought, well, I'll just deal, then we'll make adjustments after. What we had talked about previously was the up to 37. Remember, because we were
Yeah, I
gonna have
think
to make
we-
that
yeah,
choice.
yeah,
I think
we-
it was 37.
Service.
So when she sent me the quote for this year, identical to what it was last year, was $4,800. And I was like, oh, that's not okay. So I did work a lot of magic. I fussed around with some things. One thing that really saved us a lot of money, it's not the porta potties per unit that cost the most money. It's the servicing.
Yeah.
And because they come from so far to service our porta potties, they actually have this giant surcharge, gas surcharge. That they're charging now too for, outside of X amount of miles. Which was killing us. And I was kind of looking at, it's one of those things where nobody ever really looked at it or reviewed it because it's just always the way that it's been. But we had them servicing our potties 3 times a day. And one of those was at 9 a.m. in the morning. And the other one was at 6 p.m. at night. So really, the use of the porta potties between 6 p.m.
Yeah.
and not 8 or 9 a.m. or whatever
Yeah,
is
that's zero.
minimal. So we've been paying per unit this humongous, for them to come out at this early morning time, that they're definitely not full and do not need to be serviced. So
I thought it was, excuse me for, I
I
thought,
might be saying the time wrong, but I'm just saying, we
yeah.
had them coming 3 times. And the 2 times, it was the late one and the early one just wasn't, it wasn't necessary. So
Yeah,
I said, cut that out. I adjusted, so I think they're coming now at 11 and 4, 10 and 4. 10 and 4, maybe, 10 and 4, which seems more reasonable, and it's only 2 trips in. And then, I also cut out there was something else, the hand washing station.
Yeah,
So
I remember
originally, I know, and I'm gonna get eyeballs on this, but originally they had charged us $120 for the one hand washing station that we had across from the fire hall. And this year was like, they wanted almost $300 or $400 or something for one. And they put sanitizer in all the porta potties anyway. There are sinks available in other areas of the show. So I said, cut that. Anyway, when all was said and done, I was trying to pull up the final number. Anyway, it was, what we ended up spending this year was less than what we spent last year. I think we got it down to like 3,200.
It was
That's great.
and then did you?
something less.
I know you
than-
And we did not add any actual units, but I did move the ones that we talked about.
Yep.
So long story short, we saved money on porta potties this year.
You are a rock star in so many ways.
I just was like, when I saw that humongous giant charge for the pumping, I'm like, what do you mean? There has to be a better way.
So the porta potties was on site.
Yes,
I already got their bill,
okay, good.
$3,687.
That must have tax or something on it. No?
That's pretty close last year's.
Okay,
Well, that's still, it's under the budget
yep.
and it's,
We were
No,
approved up to
4,800.
37.
Okay.
And I know whatever it is that we got this year was less than what we paid last year anyway. So, yeah, I know, I'm trying to pull it up to find the exact numbers, but it's all sorted and they're getting delivered and everything's fine.
Excellent.
Next item is our picnic tables. As people move around. Same as last year.
I was just gonna
On
go-
Minnesota Avenue, on the side streets. Down by the E vendors. Food vendor up on by Shad Tracy, behind Tilly's, we call it Tilly's, but it's a different vendor, different name now,
Mhm.
but they did by
So you can see
that trailer, so.
And those extra ones are the ones between F and G there that we talked about. These are the ones,
Yeah.
yeah, those are the new ones.
The right away. No, that's not last year's.
Hmm.
I'm not leaving. Like,
Huh? Dumpsters will be the same location. As last year. And Jim talked with them and. The idea is that
Yeah, he's.
commit to picking up that one Friday morning. Because the fire department unloads everything for getting ready to. That fills up the dumpsters Thursday night. So the dumpster needs to be filled, excuse me, these dumpsters here need, by the fire hall need to be emptied Friday morning. Otherwise, we're dealing with those till Saturday.
And just for the record, I didn't talk with him. He got our email, our directions, and he confirmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was,
He felt,
I thought he was very sincere about
yes, he
taking care
was,
of that.
yes.
Okay, talk about the August 9th meeting. That's fine. Let's
no.
continue on with our agenda and we'll circle back around to the,
Could I jump ahead to do mine? I had to leave it a little bit.
oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
I know, that's fine.
Um,
I do have, two maps that I just printed. I know you've got the D map that's bigger. Or did you still have it? That's okay.
Not bringing,
I just talked to Kristen. And we confirmed that she is able to laminate the 8.5 by 11. So we're gonna do a map of each lot. And that map will have not only icons, but also landmarks and with the lots. And then, I'll send these around if you guys want a barcode. This is like the C lot, and here's a small version of the D lot. The D and the E lot will be either 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17, depending on the laminating capabilities, which we think is gonna have to be 8.5 by 11. But the bigger lots, the bigger spots that have a lot more lots to it will be bigger on the boards, and so it's easier for everyone to see. And then we'll do the smaller ones and a master map on every sandwich board as well.
Yeah, these
So
look awesome.
I put two together, with the barcodes, if you guys wanna try them out, they'll bring the vendor listing that, for that lot only will pop up.
rock star.
And then And then, on the website, I'll have the master map, the master vendor list like I did last year, the food vendor list, and then all of the lot maps, but I won't have the vendor map or the vendor list separated out on the website because that would be way too many clicks for everybody. So
Pretty cool.
I think it'll work out this way pretty well.
Oh, perfect. Holy bucket.
So with the sandwich boards, I sent out a proposal of what, there's 9 sandwich boards. I took a draft of where we could possibly put them up for discussion. Rather than, but the logistics of, we'll rely on moving the sandwich boards with my pickup versus Public Works moving them around. We can save some dollars and time in Public Works, so. So the idea is that, like you said, there's a master M on every sandwich board.
Oh, thank you for doing this.
It catches a lot of the different areas coming in. If you come in from the south, it has a master in front of the information booth, but there would be one for A,
Good, because we were trying to figure that.
A, F, and G, no, A. My handwriting,
D, E, F.
A, F, and G, yeah, along Minnesota Avenue.
Yeah, and we'll have all the maps at the info booth too. I was planning on having them all in plastic sleeves.
Braylon, is it helpful, since we're gonna try to move these by ourselves to eliminate fees? You know, Fisher and I are gonna be out doing that just the night before, putting up the traffic signs.
Mhm.
If we have these sandwich boards ready to go, those can get thrown in my truck and we can put those out the night before when we're doing the traffic signs.
So we're gonna laminate signs to put on the boards. There is one, we have 9 boards, 9 sandwich boards, and all of them are 2 foot by 4 foot. But there is one side of one that's 3 by 4. You can put a lot on that one.
Okay.
So
Or do you
that,
just want me to put follow the map and put the sandwich boards up and then she can come and staple gun what she wants on them? So I don't screw
Yeah,
up which
because-
ones go where. I'll just drop the sandwich boards and then you add what's supposed to go there.
When during the day before, or is it?
Thursday, we could do it, like as vendors come in, like I could drive
Yes,
around.
even
too.
on, yeah,
Like I can drive
Even on
around, put
Thursday.
whatever needs to be done on there.
Yeah.
cause we can even use the, we'll have the ice, we'll have the ice cart that day.
And we
too.
wanna
We
have,
can use that.
we wanna have the car show on each one,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
car show on each one. What else do we talk about?
So we just have the metro map, so the master map, and then the lots that are right there or right around there.
So we're just gonna, cause
I
we
think
wanna
the-
make it fill it up this year,
Yeah.
right? Like, cause last year it kind of looked so sad.
And you know, the bigger one it might be nice to have it at the info booth, because then we put everything
That's
on
what I
there.
was gonna say, for
And
the
then if
big
we
ones,
have,
put it
like,
out there
bags,
next year.
The info booth, like even, you know, like.
You know what we should have? Numbers,
Whatever we're
numbers,
selling.
hauler numbers.
Yeah.
Hauler numbers on there, ice number, you know,
Oh, yeah.
info booth number. We should just have like information on,
And we can like laminate
like
those
a
or like
sign with
larger
information.
print.
Haulers, what else? Haulers, information booth, ice, which is the same number. We could just info booth, ice. What other number?
What if there's like a medical emergency? Is that the same thing
I don't
for
know.
like info booth?
Yeah, I think if it's medical emergency, just, we would know about it, I think, with walkie-talkie, whatever.
The info booth is your cell number.
No, it's 367-2111.
It forwards
I
to
think-
herself, yeah.
Yeah, let's give out Joanne's cell phone number.
Right.
No. So,
Nice.
Even what if they wanted to be a vendor next year, like some type of,
info,
No,
yeah, we
no,
could
talk to Joanne,
you
she
know,
said.
questions, info, well, I mean,
yeah.
Let's do, yeah, I think an 8x10 of all that info or whatever size would be perfect, like all together, like an info sheet.
You're saying the sandwich boards are what, 3x4?
One of them's
2
3
by
by 4 and the other one's 2 by 4. So the 3 by 4 should be by the info booths. Because then we can just plaster that with everything, because we are the info booth.
How many 11x17s are we doing?
I think it's just, well, okay, so it's
For
just
all
2
the-
maps. No, so I don't know how many, I'm gonna look and see how many comes out to. 1, 2, 3, 4,
6,
9.
9,
Do you need it on every?
10, 11 total that we'll print. But we can do 8.5 by 11 too, if we can't do that. I drew them as
No,
8.5
I
by
want
11.
them to be
bigger. I think they need to be bigger. I think like for ease of seeing them.
You'll draw your
Yeah, 'cause
attention to the
this-
big one
this
first.
is the-
okay, which
This is the one we
next
printed
too.
the yesterday and it was, you got it on the 11th. You had it in your clipboard, didn't you?
No,
Yeah, I know you folded it in half and put it in there, I swear.
no, I had it in a plastic folder and
Oh. But,
If we could get them printed 11 by 17, I think we could, I can easily
We can
figure
print
out
them
how to
here.
get those laminated.
yeah, we can print them
a little
here.
bigger than this.
Yeah,
It's 2 pages.
yeah, it's basically two
Together.
pages together.
Which would be great to have that there.
it's not gonna be-
11 by 17, yeah.
Not gonna be perfectly 11 by 17, cause I drew them as 8.5 by 11, cause my word was getting wonky when I tried to do it 11 by 17. So, but they work. We tested it out yesterday.
What type of file do you have? Is it PDF or is
Um,
it
I have a PDF and a JPEG.
JPEG?
So JPEG you can enlarge and it works out perfect.
Right.
So that's why I did it that way as
Right.
well. Cause yeah, the JPEG fits into, that's how I printed them here, cause if I forget and just print it, it's like half, cuts it off.
Yeah.
So, I do the JPEGs to do the 8.5 by 11. That way it squishes down. But I do have them as a PDF as well.
Appreciate Christine making all these maps because
Yeah.
it's setting the pace for next year
Yeah.
and.
So I draw and move and align every square and it doesn't snap to grid like it says it's gonna snap to grid. I'll tell you right now.
I don't even know what that means, so thank you.
Right. It's like this. No, 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 no.
Pixel by pixel.
It's like mouse, a lot of mouse.
So
work.
are you gonna make these extra signs for the sandwich boards or who needs to make the extra signs to go to the sandwich board?
So I'm making the signs and hopefully gonna be done with printing them and getting them to Kristen so she can laminate them.
Okay, so are you gonna make extra, like, I'll get you 9 car show laminated flyers,
Okay,
or I will go around and staple them, whatever hole is left on the.
my
board
problem is I'm
easily.
not gonna be here Wednesday night or Thursday all day.
So if you could get them like
I could do it. I'm free Wednesday during the day.
the night.
Yeah, the 16th. Until 3. Well, until 2.
But if we have somebody on the
Need more time
board
than that
has
to get them
the,
laminated.
all the.
I'll give Kristen, I'll try to.
Then we can figure out.
But
Yeah.
you're gonna make,
Kristen,
but I'm
I'm
saying,
gonna have them
are
all
you
done.
gonna make the signs that say, call this number for
Okay.
ice, call these numbers for hauling? I'm saying, who's doing that?
Oh,
I'm happy to do it as long as I know the right
Yeah.
numbers to do it. I mean, if. Do we if I have could our haulers this year? Write down things
No,
right
we
now.
don't get them till like the day of.
Oh,
We can get them, we can ask. but
should,
usually-
should we just clarify that they're gonna do it? They always do, right? Who is it? It's the same 3 people always. isn't it? What is the information booth number? 507?
367-2111.
but Kristen, I'll have these signs to you, probably a week early.
Yeah, the 14th to the 16th, something.
So I'll have it
around there.
even before that.
Perfect, great.
So, yeah, I'll work out with you when you drop them off.
Yeah.
And then, the bigger one, I'll talk to Riley, cause he's gonna print the bigger ones for me. And if you think you can do 11 by 17, if not, I'll print the 8.5 by 11.
Okay,
But
So I just did a quick count of my circles.
sure.
So I would do, I'll send you an email.
yeah,
Great. And then I think I would like to do like some
Because
thank
of
you
that,
for
I had to
attending,
come
like
lecture
love
once, yeah.
seeing you.
yeah.
I just wonder,
Welcome to,
welcome shoppers, welcome, thanks for being here, but just something like that, like so that we
Yep, I masters and.
really approachable board. And I don't think we can staple in it. Do we have to tape it?
I feel like we have to tape it.
Didn't we have to use clear packing tape last year?
Yeah.
Because they're metal, so I don't think we can
Tight all the
staple.
way around so wind doesn't catch it.
Yeah.
We'll just
So-
use shipping
Packing
tape.
tape, we should
That was
have
the
that.
other thing is the
Allow
8.5 by 11, did you want me just to do plastic sleeves instead of laminating material? Is it cheaper?
Well, if it rains, whatever, the plastic sleeves don't work well. I think
Yeah.
it's
We
better to
tape
have
it
it
all the way
laminated.
down, though it wouldn't But I matter. swear to God, they still got condensation in them.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Remember
no, that makes
that?
sense, that
They
makes
were-
sense.
they were
Yeah,
not-
your
Yeah.
I think Joanne still has one of your laminated ones downstairs that looks really good.
Yeah.
So maybe it is better, it's more worth
Professional
it.
laminator machine from Turgot.
I know, one of those office tools I haven't got yet, I know I want one.
$37, it's great, get it.
Enabler,
Yeah, it's not the machine, it's the.
it's
The
the
actual-
stuff,
but
yeah, it's always the
it's-
supplies.
that's
That's
where they
always
get you.
supplies.
Amazon bulk.
So is that an expense for you? Lamination of the sheets?
It's not. a
Well,
big
I'll-
deal. The stuff I
Let me
buy
know, I
for
can,
school
I
and
can,
stuff.
Okay,
I
right.
can, and I plan on, the ones that are gonna be going into our binders. This map and the food map, like we did last year, I'm just gonna print them at home and bring them in, and then Joanne's gonna stuff them in. Yeah,
Yeah, because that worked, because we watched our books so they didn't get wet, so
Yeah,
I mean, that
but
was
no, I'm just
okay.
gonna print
so.
them, I'm not gonna have them printed anywhere or whatever, so, for that. And then we'll figure out with however many I need with that.
What
but-
about the trough? For the ice trough, who brings that?
They're down at
They're
the
here already?
city garage.
Okay.
Well, then, Ron, yeah, let me,
So anything else, Christine?
So when we figure out exactly how many of each
I just got a
side,
list.
okay, good.
I just did it.
Okay, then that way I'll make sure that I order so many of each. I send each one to you to print.
Yes, okay.
And then we won't have to do the, enlarging, and then I'll print whatever I need. Or if I need to have 8.5 by 11s printed here too.
We'll do that like Monday, Tuesday, or whenever we get all the maps done.
Yeah, it'll probably be early to mid next week.
Okay.
Cause I still have to play around with,
Oh, yeah, we got next week. Okay.
But yeah, as long as I know which ones and what sizes we need, I think it's just D&E is gonna be the big ones. Because that has the most lots and the most things on it.
And we'll start where they're at, and if people are. We can move them around if we see people that are looking for them, or. We don't wanna impede traffic either, so, but off to the side, so,
Yeah. So we'll play around with the
Okay.
placement.
sounds good.
Okay, I'll take your credit.
Oh, and then this is what the list looks like when you bring it up. This is just my first draft.
So I'll put it over there.
I made this little bigger, so
It's
each,
so nice to just
each
have it all.
one will, yeah, each one will have like the lot name. And then it has the company by alphabetized, and then the lot number next to it, and then the dealer's ID. That's kind of like the list I did last year.
The food, no,
No, this is,
If you click
when
this
you
QR
scan,
code,
when you scan the QR
that's the
code,
vendor
that's what
list that
comes up,
comes
and it's a PDF file.
So we're here right now. You just go right up First Avenue, down this way. And we're right on the river. That's like
Do we have a-
exact-
have we made a list of our vendors that donated?
Okay, I know where
Water,
we're at
Jam
with that,
and
yeah,
VFW are
right there,
here.
yeah, I've gone this way, I
This way.
have.
I have the list of the monetary donations that I collected.
I got 2 cases of paint from Lowe's.
Okay. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
This,
It's right here. Loads.
yeah, Lowe's
Water.
is 2 cases
Bigger
of
than drink
paint.
glass.
Oh,
12
paint.
cans. And I'm gonna talk to Pine Island Market and Nielsen's for 6 cases of water each. Is there any other
I know about. where it's at.
donations?
I do have one. So when we were at Night to Unite the other night, sweet gal, I have never met her before, but she pulled me to the side. Her name is Yvonne Carable. She used to own Mom's Antiques. And she said that historically, they have always made a donation to Gold Rush. And she gave me a check for $100.
Wait, that's Gordy's. That's
the right name?
Gordy's white.
I don't know.
Our
It's a
very,
C.
it's our very first,
Just give me your email.
I asked,
Citizen
Joanne
or-
didn't know and Sharon didn't know.
our citizen of the year, Gordon.
He passed away. Wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's, I don't think that, is it his daughter or his wife?
This was the wife.
Wife.
Yeah, she was about 70.
Yeah.
Yes. I had never met her before, but sweet
Yeah,
thing. And
Yeah,
anyway, I have her check and I will make sure that that
Aw.
gets to Joanne. Do you want me to just kind of put that in with the fundraising money or like how would, it is a donation. I've just been kind of putting it in as donation or depositing it as donation.
that's fine.
Okay,
Not fundraising.
not fundraising, it's donation.
And that's separate,
Yep.
like
Thanks,
partial
Christine.
fundraising.
Yep. Thanks,
Thank you.
Christine. Yes, this would have to be donation.
Gold Rush donation, okay.
So I'll make sure that you get that one. So that was really sweet. Did anybody else get product or money from anybody else? No product, nothing?
Just that Carl said he would do the pop for all the
Does he want it under Carl or does he want it under?
Wow.
Okay. Thank you. I will make sure he gets on there.
Are you doing face painting for your girls this year or not?
Oh, that was National Night
That
Out.
was National Night Out. I missed the email. Just buried in, nope. I'm glad it didn't work out that day.
Okay.
There's 4 events I had going on that day.
Okay, no, the reason I asked because
Things work well.
if we're setting, we have a new 10 by 20 tent at the information booth.
Oh, they could totally do face painting there.
And we have an old 10 by 10 white that we used before that we could set up beside either for shade or face painting, if you're interested in doing.
So
it
now that
all.
we're on this conversation, can I bring up the thing about Jessica's people that I messaged you about, whether they need a permit or whatever? Cause they wanted to do face painting,
Oh,
remember?
yeah, that's right.
So the cheer team to fill spots and they have people coming in and out all day because they fill all our trash slots. Like that whole team walks around all day, every day in shifts and collects all the garbage with liners out of the can, sets it next to the can so the haulers can come by and just grab the bags that are already tied shut. They do that all day. What's that?
They also do the bathroom.
That's Century Dance. So Pine Island Cheer does all our trash liners the whole weekend, so they have kids coming in and out every like 3 hours. And they were wondering if to make a little extra money or how fun would it be to do face painting? And I had sent Ryland a text. I'm glad I remember that now that we're here. Do they need a permit like the kids in town that sell lemonade? They have to get a little, I think it's the $35 permit.
25.
Get whatever, but they're not selling food, they're not selling drink. They would like to do face painting for, you know, $1 per or whatever, but it would be for fundraising for their booster, for their team. So they would be profiting from the activity that they're doing. So it wouldn't necessarily be a gold rush
Donation.
event.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't be a sponsored event.
$25, okay, I mean, that's 25 kids that you'd have to do before you'd break even to make any money. I think that would be tough to do it that way by charging the 25. I'm just saying, but
Do the kids who help vendors set up, they get hundreds of dollars.
So that is,
They don't get any,
that's Century, lacrosse and football.
oh, it does go to that program.
It
then.
goes to their
Okay, okay.
boosters.
And this is going to their booster too, right?
This would go to the Pine Island Cheer booster.
I don't see how that's any different than the kids.
that's what I'm
public.
saying, to charge them, I think that
Yeah.
let them make the money that
Yeah.
there is to help them with. the
So then what my
booster.
question is, if we're not going to charge them, they also need a spot to be. So when you said the thing about the tent, I'm like, could we just, because
Yeah,
they're getting dropped off and picked up at the information booth all day. That's their drop spot.
And that would be a good place for the kids too, that they come in, that they could get the face painting done right away there also.
And we might have access to visiting more folks if they're coming up to the information booth with their kids to get their face
Weather
painting.
radar, yeah.
the only problem about that is it's nice to have water available if you're face painting.
We're gonna have the trough that there is.
Yeah, they could
But
dip a
it's-
bowl in the
I
trunk.
guess it's freezing
Well, you
cold.
could just use
I suppose,
like wipes, like I don't ever
Oh,
have water,
yeah.
I just have like
Yeah.
the little
wipes.
wipes.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
in past, years, we've had like a musician. And they've never paid Gold Rush for a spot. They just kind of sit on a corner and they do their thing with their band, box
their
donation. box.
donation.
Well, that's kind of what I was gonna say, is like donation, they could even say donation suggestion of $1, you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
$2 per,
The group, yeah.
Mhm.
yes, and then nobody's gonna be like,
Supports Pine Island Cheer,
50
booster, or
Sure.
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? You could.
So would
instead
you
of-
prefer them to do sort of a free will donation kind of setup versus
Yeah.
having a set price?
You're gonna
They'll
give
probably
them-
get more.
More, I
Yeah.
think.
So,
Okay,
True.
I just wanted to make sure they had permission. I also wanted to see about where can they be? But if we have that extra tent and that space is available, and
Yeah.
we sure would be convenient for them.
There's space here, we're in that space, but we also have golf carts that are sometimes being parked in the back.
And it's the
And we also
post
have the
office
benches
too,
sitting
we've gotten
around,
quite
too.
a bit of feedback from the post office too.
So if they're not there, and they said they'll bring a tent and they'll bring everything they need, they don't need tables, they don't need chairs, they don't need a tent, but where could they be?
So
You know.
they could be there's no vendors on this side of the building,
Okay,
and there's a big area around the swing.
it would be nice to have them near the park, honestly, because that's where all the children are going to
Right.
be.
And we don't put, I don't think we put orange fence around the
We
playground
weren't
anymore.
supposed to, but they did.
We did
last
And we don't want that. The swings, yes, but not the playground equipment.
okay.
We want the kids to be able to play.
I'd say somewhere in this area of the corner. Once all the vendors are up, then
Can you
we
clarify
do
that
that on Thursday.
somehow? Who's putting up fencing this year? Is the city?
City will put the fencing up around the air conditioner, the swings.
Should I send them a message
I'll
right
say
now?
something to Kane when I send him the maps.
So then it just might be nice for them to have like some signage or something in their
He
little
said they will take care of
area, like, so
everything,
that
they just want
understand what's going on.
permission and they need to know if they need a permit. And Ryland's like, I don't know, let's talk about it, cause yeah, I just wanna make sure.
No, I think let's do no permit, because that way we'll let them get whatever they have to go. You know, to
And
their.
we'll do, and I'll
fund.
suggest that it's free will donation.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause it's really no different than the kids helping.
Yeah, it's the same thing, just using a different set of skills.
Yep,
Is that where they're gonna meet then? Like, can that be their landing spot then? Like, if they're
generally the
dropping
volunteer
off,
pickup
or-
and drop off spot is the information booth,
Okay.
because that's where myself or Christine or Jessica knows to go to pick them up. So we just tell all those kids, this is where you get dropped off, and if you have a parent picking you up at X time, that is where you get picked up.
Okay.
yeah, they've been doing that in the past.
Yep.
To try to change it to a different location, I think
It wouldn't work.
would be crazy. just-
Okay, that's awesome. They're gonna be really happy. Thank you, everyone. I hope that goes well for them.
But
Well,
you,
that's what's nice about, you know, the locate, drop off and pick up location though. But to have the city picnic tables up against the post office. So then, rather than sitting right by the information booth, you know, they can go away and sit over there and wait for you guys to show up. Otherwise it gets so.
Congested in the
Yeah.
front.
So it's like, go
Yeah.
over there.
Okay, so
That's what the tent, you know, if the canopy tent, you know, is over there, then, you know, they can have a little shade.
So the one extra tent, you just wanna kind of go back a little bit with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever you think is best for up there. I don't spend a whole lot of time at the info. Driving
Well, we
around.
will
all
make
day.
those signs up this year, and so that whole area
Right.
will kind of be open a little bit,
Yeah.
but there's no shade, so if there, I do see
Right.
that there are. One,
Right.
2, 3, 4 picnic tables potentially up there,
Right, but if we
Well,
have
and
one,
he's saying he
one
has that extra tent,
yeah.
so we can put that tent over those
or
tables.
one or two, yeah.
Yeah,
over what, I'm sorry.
over the picnic tables at the information,
Yeah,
booth. Just
okay,
make sure
so
that the
that's-
tent gets
So
over
they
the
don't need a
tables.
tent down here, they'll have shade anyway.
If they
trees.
want a tent, they will bring their own tent. She
Okay,
said, we will bring everything we need.
that's what I was.
They
curious.
just wanna say, where is it okay for us to be and do we need to pay? That's the only two things I
Yeah,
really need
right
to
around this
clarify.
playground area should be.
Okay,
great.
thank you.
All right, Got the map locations. Tent at the info. We just touch base on a couple of things I've been doing the last couple of days. So I've been taking around cards and posters. So I went to Pine Island, I left some at the Subway, the grocery store, Quick Trip, the hardware store. I think there's 4 locations I did there. And they all have car show signs
Mhm.
already, and I added a car show at a couple of them that weren't there, and made sure there's cards at every one of those places. And so we're using the stack that you got, so I used one whole one so far.
Sweet.
There are some more
Can I-
downstairs. I stole some out of there for national.
Can I have a couple car show? I'm going to I'll be in Zimbrota and Plainview tomorrow.
Corey has all of them. I am out currently.
Got a
I
couple
might
in my
have,
car.
I have one
just-
that I can
just
take out of that
even-
frame I used. in
So
my
like
car.
I said, I got a couple in my car.
Okay,
out
has
there,
anybody
so-
has anybody hit those towns yet?
I put one up at, what was it, the old, what is it, Covered Bridge Restaurant that there is in Zimbrota, I put one up there. And then
Yeah,
I just been handing out other ones, and then I got everything for lady slippers, I got one there that trying to get some old Model A's, you know, for the car show. for
Where
that.
do you think the best place to put them is? Like in a town?
VFW in Zabrota, they have a bulletin board
Tribute,
by the entrance.
soda fountain, cargo things.
Yeah,
I'm talking
it's just
Zabrota
there's
and Plainview, like.
so
where
many
would
car
be-
shows going on. That's the only thing that hits, it's like.
So that's kind of why I want to like target the best
Well,
places. VFW is
Plainview,
the-
anywhere you see anything posted for Corn on the Cob Days, put Gold Rush next to it. It's the same weekend.
Well, they'll tear it down.
No, they won't.
Art stores.
But it's the same weekend. So I mean, if you like
Yeah.
that main, like Kim's will probably let you put one up.
Get those now.
That's that little restaurant, right when you come into town.
Okay.
So how many do you need, Dana?
Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know where to put, I mean, like I said, I will be in both
Half a
towns.
dozen? What do you need?
Sure.
Like an auto parts store.
I don't know. Where do you guys suggest? That's what,
Actually, that's a good idea, like O'Reilly's or something
Yeah.
like that.
where is that at? In Plainview?
Kids love to see
Oh,
those though.
O'Reilly's is
Kids
broadcast.
Loved it. So where are kids?
That's why I always say the breakfast
Just
joints,
love
cause the guy, you know,
Ice
the
cream
coffee groups, they always go out to breakfast. So anywhere that serves
Kim?
breakfast,
Okay.
Kim's
I
for
mean,
sure.
Quick Trip, right?
Yeah.
Like kind of everywhere, Quick Trip.
I went into
Charlie's.
Kismet and left a poster there and cards. And one lady that was waiting on me was real nice. And then the owner came in and she says, "Yeah, you didn't send any business down here last year." Okay.
That's top of our mind during this process.
That's the transition of owner.
So then I went to the old Rooster Antiques on North Broadway. It's very nice and she let me a card there and a poster, so I'll circle back to those places where I've left cards next week sometime, and drop off more cards. Of course, Casey's, Tilly's, Gas and Go all have cards, posters and car shows that you've already done.
I mailed some to the.
So I'm hoping to go over to Manorville. There's a couple antique stores in Manorville next.
Oh, yeah.
This weekend, it's raining.
What
But
about Burn? Is anybody going to Burn next week? We could take some out to
I
Burn.
think we'll be here,
Yeah,
right? Don't we have a
good
meeting?
place.
yeah, Burn would be a
Yeah.
great place. I am just curious if anybody's going
Oh,
out there
the
next
car,
week.
for car show especially.
Yes.
Yeah.
That there's huge crowds out there every Wednesday night. They just had a car show last weekend out there. Well, if anybody hears of any friends or family members that say they're going to Burn next week, call me and I'll get you some stuff.
Doesn't the Eagles in Rochester? every month?
Corey and Tammy did Eagles, and several other ones. They passed out a bunch out at the Pioneer, Little Log Cabin Days also. They got a bunch of those.
Even that, are we supposed to pay you for the shirts?
I was supposed to pick those up today and yeah, I was canning pickles today. And I forgot.
Pickles.
They are ready. Yes, I
The
did
pickles are ready?
32 quarts of pickles today I did.
I'll take
They
it.
are ready for pickup. They were not ready in time for National Night Out or Night to Unite. I wanted to bring them that night because it would have been a perfect time to hand them out and get money. But they were not ready yet. So I originally had told her 3:30 today and I just didn't make it there. So I probably will swing up there tomorrow afternoon and get them. Yes, pay me. I prepaid for the order in
So how much
full,
we on?
$17.
To your Venmo or what do you?
Cash or check or
Okay.
whatever. I do not have Venmo because I'm lame like that, but I do have,
PayPal?
I do have PayPal.
Perfect.
Yes. Yeah, so 17 and I have all your sizes and stuff. I'll just probably stick little Post-its with your name on them. And, likely just leave them in your bin or leave them in the office is
Yeah.
fine, as kind of, that was what my plan was.
What do you need?
Yeah, changes for-
Tomorrow, 3 P.M.
And you can pay me
Change
later
them.
too, Jim.
Yeah.
You can pay me later too, Jim. When I leave the
Give her
t-shirts in the
20
office, I'll leave an envelope there that you can leave money
Well,
into.
I can give you this.
It's
And
fine.
it's only.
You can just owe me $3.
I can do that. Now I gotta remember to mark you two off my list.
Oh,
Cause I know they will put on the third.
Kane found the flags, Minnesota Avenue flags, he'll be putting those up.
Hmm?
They were down in the office.
Oh, yeah, please,
So,
banner, whatever you want, yeah.
okay. Okay, let's go to the spreadsheet. And through that. Talk with Kane and sentence to serve will be here all day Tuesday, the 10th. No, I'm sorry, 14th. And Wednesday, the 15th, all day, so we got 2 days. Sure, okay, Civil Air Patrol. Taken care of. The trailers, tires, we lost one tire, it's flat, but I had Kane look at it. And he thinks we can get by till next year. Just pump the one tire up and,
With the whole, that one bad one?
yeah, so he
What if
looked
it
at him, he
deflates
said,
on
let's just.
Joanne
way.
while she's
We can-
in it?
Oh, that's the.
Like, what if it deflates on Joanne, like, while she's in the trailer?
Somebody will have to come.
I mean, I would do
Like-
the one, I would replace the one, okay.
That won't
one is
happen?
bad.
I'm sorry.
The
So-
trailer tire, is there a chance that it would deflate
Yes.
on Joanne while
Yes.
she's in it working Gold Rush weekend?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
How much is the tire?
Riley.
Like $100?
She'll be fine.
You
how is
you need to do one,
Right? No, you've already had two today, Joanne.
you need to do one, I mean, come on, Ryland, that was bad, okay?
It's bad, but we don't go very fast.
No, but I,
I mean, but it's when she's weekend, I'm
But
sitting
to
there.
keep it level through the weekend, while
Yeah.
Joanne's working out of there though.
you know, there'll be a tire with a big hole.
I think it's just his workload too, so.
Well, but does it have to be his job? Sure. I get his workload, but is there a different way we can get this done without him?
That sounds like a real
We'll
good
think
job
about
for
that, yeah.
Fisher.
Where's the
You need
trailer
to-
at
you
right
need to have a floor
Up on the
jack
hill.
to be able to
Jack.
do it and that, cause you can't just jack it up like regular jack up off. of- Where's the trailer? The trailer's right up here. I'll show you. You wanna go over? We'll go over there tonight. I'll show
Many
you.
people in town though that have jacks like that because
Oh,
of
yeah.
different equipment.
Yeah.
We'll review it again.
Yeah, you need a new one on there. No question.
Postcards. You're okay, Chris, with all your printing and everything? I sent you those 2 emails for contacting the TV station. That's.
Yep.
Kind of wait for that.
I'm just
week.
gonna do all of them.
Yeah.
All TV stations. Radio ad came through. It sounds really good. I'm excited. Hopefully people listen to it. You know?
And what channel was it on?
First you're gonna ask me that. AROC? No. No,
97?
it's like the country station and it's a big one. But my brain, I'm
Oh,
having.
104.7.
Yeah,
Laser.
Cox, laser, that,
Laser.
Oh,
yeah.
Laser's a good one.
Is it Z or S? I'm just, which,
What?
how do you spell laser? Z or S?
LA's. S A
Lazy,
L A
yeah.
S.
Yeah, LASDR.
yeah.
For
It's
the station?
S for the station. I
For the station? That's all, that's what I wanna know.
I can look right now. My brain is
think.
the one
Yeah,
thing I
Laser
need to.
105, is it?
Sandy Erke, that's all I need.
101.5.
That's what I know.
101, yeah, there you go.
101.7?
Okay, ICE
Yeah.
is confirmed that today. I decided just to give us 10 bags of insurance, go with 140 bags. 20 pounds. Gas and Co is 219, Casey's is 299, so I thought we'd just do 15 at each.
Okay.
Talk to both of them.
15 5-pounders,
30 total,
30 total.
15 split between Casey's and Gas and Go. We'll do that sometime on Wednesday or Thursday. And the ICE vendor, they didn't have anything from Waterville Ice. But that's the way Bernie ran his operation.
Oh, no no documents or anything.
Yeah, so
Oof.
Joanne sent him that information, so
Oh,
yeah, the
wow.
ST-13. I'll change his title to. Porta potties. We got the maps. I think we're in pretty good shape there.
The only thing I didn't say when I was talking about porta potties earlier was we were really hoping to get one over by the new Lions setup.
Yeah.
Just because of, beer drinking at the beer garden, and there should probably be a bathroom there. That was just something that was not in the works and in the budget when I was doing the bid for us this year. But I talked to both John Marks and Mike Muller, and they are, it sounds like they're probably gonna get their own unit. They're just gonna rent a unit to put over there. That can be used by their workers also.
Sure.
So there may be additional potty services over there, but they are not ours, just so you know. They will be separate.
Dumpsters, I think we're in good shape there. Food vendor locations, meters, sent a letter out to people, to turn those on. Used to before the event.
They have to be inspected in the morning of,
The food inspectors come,
the food inspection.
come through
not
on
the electric.
Thursday, no. Thursday afternoon, no, Friday morning, they go around.
They last year wanted to inspect the lemonade stand that was right before the bridge too, so
They
I'm
did.
glad
Yeah,
they did.
it's all good.
Okay, I was like, we kind of kept them moving as best we could.
I think it all worked out.
Flags are up.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Golf
like, they're not,
carts taken care of. One thing we need to keep in mind, and typically we don't run out of gas. We are gonna have them for a few extra days.
I filled mine up last year.
What is y'all?
Yeah, because I drive a long ways from where my house is.
Okay, yeah,
And so I just made sure it was full. It's simple to do it and lift it up.
keep that in mind.
And
should
they
that
don't
be an
take
issue.
much.
No, no.
Jim, you've got the radios.
Got the radios.
Electricians, both
Got the
Tyler and
radios,
Pete.
the electrician.
So can I ask a question? I know we have trouble with parking with the VFW when we have, we usually save the front of the building for our workers. And if that's all filled up, and I know, being across the street, we had given meals to their money collectors for the lots. And then they let us park there, but that's not a guarantee. And so I was told that we could go to the information booth and tell them we're going to up to Cowden Park and park our car. And then we could get a ride back on the golf cart.
Oh, yes.
So, okay, good.
Sounds good. Discounts. Traffic signs, I'll touch base with Peter again,
I've got that.
same as last year.
Yeah, that's, I've already confirmed that again, so.
Oh, you talked to Peter?
For the electrician?
No, traffic signs.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, I'll take care of that. Sandwich boards, we talked about that, upholstery board. So, Kristen, we need to see what's in the trailers, I guess.
yeah.
Anything needs to be replaced.
When do you want to do that? I mean, it should be in pretty good shape. I know that
Yeah.
last year when we took everything down, if it was not in good shape, we just got rid of it.
That's,
But I am leaving tomorrow for the
that,
weekend. I won't be here, so if you want to check tonight, or if we want to
I'll touch base with you in the early
next week.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, great.
There might be some down in the Gold Rush room.
Oh,
Smaller ones. Striping still. That's just Saturday morning,
I would love to tell you that I called and verified the price, but can't do that, and I will do that tomorrow. But yes, they're on the we're on their calendar. I just didn't verify price. If there's anything scary, I'll get back to you.
summertime. We assume everything's gonna work out okay with them, they're not very,
We got confirmation from it.
did you? Good. Excellent. ATM, I guess that's taken care of.
Yep.
Car show,
All those signs came. I got directional signs this year. I think you saw in the photos I sent, so I was so excited, and I'm so sorry it was so late when I texted you guys. I looked down at my phone and I'm like, oh my God, it's September. And I'm texting you guys. I'm sorry about that. But I did get, I think 4, I wanna say I got 4 of the directional signs with the metal legs, with arrows. So we can place a couple, around town. And then I do wanna make sure that we definitely have one down by Public Works to get people,
And if
so they
we do-
understand that way to the park.
And we do have some Model A's that are coming. Sometimes they want they'll trailer them,
Okay,
you know, to be able to get into the park and be able. to
and we
put-
have a local guy you saw Leroy was there last year at the head of the circle. He didn't want to do the parade in his, but he wanted to be at the show. So he's gonna come again this year and he'll just be parked down there and just wait for us.
Yeah, because that was a really old unit that he had.
Yeah, and he's super excited to come again, but he can't do the parade with it.
No, so I mean, that's just what, I mean, on the deal that I had sent out, the Model A Club. I had it where they should be meeting up there if they can to be able to drive down and be a part of that, you know, so.
Cool. So beyond that, that signage came, that was really fairly cheap. I hardly bid into that $500 that we kind of collected to cover stuff. The trophies are here. You probably saw them at the booth, last week.
So did you see
I'll
that?
talk to
I've
Kane
been
about
getting-
putting barricade up on the side and then flip it around Friday evening.
If you want to,
That's what
yeah,
We did last.
so that people don't park in there, that would be great. I also talked to Kane and verified he is gonna let me use the OFD side by side again, so we have the PA for the show.
Okay,
So I already talked to talked to him about that. What was the other thing?
What did you see on the emails that I forwarded to you and
Both
Corey?
of them, and I responded to both of them
Okay,
today,
yeah.
and that issue has been addressed and it
Okay.
shouldn't be anymore.
Okay.
It's,
And regarding the website, I happened to go on there to look at it today. And it does need to be updated.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
oh, I didn't,
I'm kidding. I 100% know.
I didn't know that Christine had access to that, or I wouldn't have even bothered you today. I would have called Christine. I didn't know that she could do it.
Okay, I bless anyone who wants to go on there and do
Yes.
anything.
The front page.
The front page has to be updated?
Yeah.
Shut up, Joanne.
Oh, like
Oh
people,
my
want to know,
God.
like, hey, your website needs to be updated. You have the wrong dates.
Yeah, I have the right dates at the top and the wrong dates down here.
Yes.
So there,
You might be thinking,
what's going on? You know what's weird? I've had 0 people. Last year it was constant. Lots and lots of messages. But maybe Christine's answering them for me because I don't ever have a minute.
And then so I think that's pretty much it for car show stuff.
Okay, Sunday morning,
Then the Sunday morning breakfast, the only thing I have to note there was, I can't remember if we already talked about this or not, but I think I'm gonna need about $120 for the donut order. Usually we order, I think it's 10 dozen, or
Let's use that donation that just came in.
yeah,
Take
10
care of
dozen
that.
or 12 dozen. So I do need to place the donut order for that. Joanne and I went through everything down in the Gold Rush room the other night. The only other supplies we need to purchase this year for vendor breakfast is actually fresh coffee. We have plenty of paper supplies and all of the things. So just fresh coffee and donuts. And then as well, bathrooms. We're thinking, I think we only need 3 or 4 more cases of toilet paper. Other than that, cleaning supplies we're good on, gloves we're good on. So really nominal, there's a lot of supplies left still downstairs. So a nominal amount of purchases that still need to be made for those 2 things. And yes, that donation money.
is
would
the
be
Century
perfect.
team doing this again?
Where are you?
Reception. Century dance.
Pine Island Cheer does the reception. And Century Winter Dance does bathrooms. And then the vendor helpers are Century, lacrosse and football.
And what is that again?
That's vendor help,
Oh, vendor.
loading and unloading.
That's the lacrosse and.
That's Century lacrosse and football. Pine Island Cheer is the vendor breakfast, trash can liners, and then this year they want to do that face painting thing. And Century Winter Dance is bathrooms. And I think they filled a lot of the ice card stuff. That's Lori Novak's
Okay,
people.
next page. You'll put the direction signs up Wednesday evening,
Mhm.
okay? The trailer, plastic floor, we have enough covering. Or enough in a row, so that's something we need to do. Maybe Wednesday, maybe send to serve. Still won't cover. And they've done it before too, so we'll see what that works out. Either we'll do some committee members or, and that doesn't take very long to put that stuff down
Well,
either.
they're gonna be here for 2 whole days.
Yes, yeah. This is, and playground. No playgrounds.
Thanks, Joanne. More to do. So with the orange fencing, don't they also put it in this culvert right on Minnesota Avenue here, between here
By
and,
that vendor, I think they do.
you know, that culvert, they usually do something there to identify it.
Over here.
Yeah.
Where Joni's little Volkswagen was not in the back corner back there, in that low spot? Where they
It's right
sometimes
on
put
Minnesota
hay.
Avenue.
Oh,
Between here and Chad Tracy.
well, there's that
Yeah.
low spot on
Yeah.
that back corner where Joni's Volkswagen was. Sometimes they put straw or hay back
Oh,
there,
we
cause
did
if
have to do
it
that because-
rains, it's a
You know what
freaking
else
lake down
happened
there.
last year, you guys? Remember that? People were parking.
Oh,
They
yes.
were,
Mhm,
here we
in
had
there.
to turn around and try to get them
What
out
do
of
we
there.
do about that? Do we just put something up right away? Caution
We,
tape?
we,
Really?
we put the caution tape over on the side of, the Public Works. Cause otherwise they wanna park along the side of Public Works, so there are.
But they actually got in there and parked behind Shad Tracy in the grass.
Yes.
No, I know,
Yeah.
and then so we had to
Within their
put the no
fence,
parking
wasn't it?
sign
Some of 'em,
and the tape is what we did last
So
year.
let's do that right away.
Makes sense, I mean, we can do that when we're striping the lots and go ahead and
With
get
yellow tape and.
Yeah.
yellow tape, yeah.
So they're parking along the fence.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I kind of forgot about that.
And Kane we have a contact with the farmer for getting straw if we need it.
We won't need it.
But it's not gonna need it.
Right.
Scratch it. No fun. Reading crew, handicap tags, trailer. Well, Corey's gonna provide the trailer for the garbage crew. We've got paint. Handicap, we talked about that. We got the picnic tables. The maps. We're gonna sell tote bags from the infiltrator. Got a few boxes there.
And we had talked previously at the July thing, because I was having those card show T-shirts done, I was gonna look into Midwest Sign Tech. See if we could quick get 75 or 100 shirts just to sell at the information booth. I can't get anybody over there to return my call. No, I leave messages like 7:30 in the morning before they open. Can you please contact me at blah, blah, blah from Gold Rush, blah, 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 whatever. One time I got a call back from someone who said, I'm calling you back because you're on our machine again, but I'm not the right person and you need to call this Shiloh person. And now it's August 3rd. So, if by chance they call me tomorrow and I say, can you run 100 T-shirts at a price that I like before in the next week? I'll take whatever you got. I mean, because we're just gonna sell them for profit. This was a profit making adventure idea. So it could be random sizes, it could be random colors. What I'm working with is they're the ones that did the 5K T-shirts, so you know,
They've
the
done our
T-shirt that
shirts.
has the logo, the circle.
And we had people that were.
And I'll just
asking
have
all the
them-
time Last year.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have them drop the 5K off of it and use that same logo, just take the word 5K off.
Which they did for the blue ones last year.
Okay,
Two
2 years ago, yeah.
'Cause that was
Anyway,
just a-
so
Well, yeah.
if
people will
by
buy
some
those.
miracle
I
they
mean,
think that they can rip me off some, like they have boxes of overflow or whatever T-shirts that.
Yeah, that's a good.
You know what,
idea.
I'll take 5 pink, I'll take 8 green, like I don't care.
I love it.
If by some miracle
Let
they
me
think they can
find
do
the
that, I'll follow through with that,
contacts.
but.
That I used.
Textiles in Elgin may be a.
Well,
good
and I
one
got a
to-
quote from a couple of smaller towns, we would make zero profit.
Yeah, no, we.
Zero
wanna
profit
make
from it.
that.
So that's why I kind of reverted to Midwest
Well, and
Sign
they
Tech.
they've already
Yep.
made our designs. We've paid them for that part, you know what I mean? So they have,
Yep.
we wanna, it's nice to just be able to.
And I remember, I think that the last time we had shirts done, it was like $3.32 a shirt. $3.32 a shirt or
Just
something.
really depends on what we choose.
Yeah, and the quotes that I was getting from some of these other small town printing places were $11, $12 a piece, and I'm like, there's no profit in that, so.
You just have to sell them for more and then we're gonna be,
Then
stuck.
then we'll be stuck with them.
And the bags, I think were really like cheap to get done last year. I'm thinking we might need to look at that price. And maybe lower that so that we can move some of those bags too.
That's fine. That's how,
I mean, I think
honestly,
we got
that's,
them done for $1.65.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what we
awesome.
So
did.
even if it was,
that's what we did for shirts, like what we don't sell, we always lower the price and then they, and
But are you guys okay with that if I'm like, I'll take your overstock or
Definitely.
whatever colors or random? Give me some small, some medium, some large, some extra large, I don't care what color.
they,
We
people
have
really
shirts
want the
from
bags or
previous year.
Okay, they're all got sold out.
She is the one that called me back and said,
Oh, yeah, last.
you're on our machine
Yeah,
again.
they're
I'm
cleaned
going
up.
back.
Bags
left.
I'll back and talk to the
Oh,
title
yeah, the
person.
canvas bags.
So she does different now. She must do something
Okay.
different there now.
Yeah, they were-
She is the one that called me back.
Oh.
She is who I worked with
They
before.
have the year on.
We did.
So I guess
Oh, okay.
to be determined on that, if they can scrape it
Whatever
together.
they can give us, yeah.
Or Travis.
So, there's nothing else on that sheet that we haven't talked about. The last sheet, the Chamber of Commerce, they only come out every 5 years for ribbon cutting.
I could try that.
So, I told them we'll see them in 2026. That'd be
Sounds
55.
good, 55 years.
You contact the Post Bulletin, TV stations. Take care of the restrooms.
Well, why don't you open the bathrooms at the park on Thursday, like at 9 o'clock in the morning? But we have vendors that start lining up prior to noon.
Thursday, 9 to noon.
Right. You have
No,
to-
the whole day.
Yeah. Open them up like at 9.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Huh?
They want it the whole day, remember, because they use it that night. They shower
No problem. Look at my schedule.
on Thursday night after setting up.
Also, website, will you just make a little note? Will you double check on our website that it says that they can with the 11 or the 11:30, whatever? Cause I got another message from some guy today saying he didn't think he could get in before 12. And then some other vendor was telling him they're getting in at 11. And I'm like, he's like, that's not what your website says. I don't know. He said the
Right.
website says 12.
I'm sure. it
I don't
does.
think it, I don't think it does.
It
I
probably
don't,
does
I
somewhere.
don't think it does, though. I think I would have that already.
Okay, let's go over this list here of activities. What we talked about tomorrow evening, or tomorrow, 3 p.m. We'll put up the Pepsi banners. And then nothing till, from a group until Friday, August 11th. During the days to see if we can't do a couple 2-hour sessions. I think we can cover quite a bit during the day. Saturday, is when Hearst striping versus stripping.
Oh,
First.
you have 7:30 PM on there. 7:30 AM to noon.
Yeah.
Durst. Not Hurst, Durst. Did I write?
I'm not here.
I write Durst.
So they'll be here Saturday, the next week of the 14th. Tuesday, get the tank down. Our ice trailer will be here sometime in the afternoon. They'll call when they're 20-30 minutes away. And then we'll make sure we get the ice taken care of. Sends to serve as Public Works, garbage cans, no parking. The golf carts will be picked up on
And
the 10th and the 14th. On Wednesday, trailer sends to serve when Joanne is here, so she can help with unloading that. We get the hallways lined. 6 o'clock is when we place white flags with the vendor names. We kind of do a couple, some people just lay them on the ground, but I think we should really try and put them into the ground,
Yes.
not lay them on the ground except for streets.
can we have those bigger for the print on that? You can't make that any bigger.
I don't
I,
think so.
they print out on labels. They're
Right.
I know, but they're so tiny, it's,
You could increase, right?
Increase the
Increase the
font
font.
yeah.
Shifts everything. and-
Yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna have to like,
I mean, that's just.
Yeah, I
something
agree
that
with
I
you, it's
noticed
small,
last
but
year. They were like, oh, come on, people were trying to do it, so if we had a bigger. on the flag, I think. would be
She can try.
The number is
The
just.
the number is quite large, but then the name is in, and some of them do have fairly long names too, so I mean, the system is just gonna shrink them.
Yeah, and
The
they
base.
complained
Number
about,
bigger,
The number is quite large on there.
yeah, they complained about being in their vehicle and they said, okay, we've gotta get out.
Look,
Get up,
oh, yeah,
read
it's a
that, they
pain
said
in
it's a
the,
pain.
yeah.
They said, and we're gonna hold everybody up.
Can you
when
make,
we-
you
when
can't
we
make,
get out of our
get a
vehicle
different.
and
I'll try.
Look at it.
That,
Get
those
some
were
different
numbers
larger
or
labels,
suggestions on
okay,
that last year.
yes,
We could do larger labels.
and then that'd be
If the
real
program
simple.
would accept them.
I don't know.
It's kind of if the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause that would be great, I mean, that's the only thing.
It's a fairly archaic
Yeah.
program, so that's the problem.
They may not even have
That's
like
just a
that
thought.
size.
that's why
It's worth a
Christine is
shot.
redoing all these maps now because of the archaic, the archaicness of the system.
So the other thing about, you know, there's different ways, but if you put. If you're going down through the lots, just put the name of the lot you're gonna paper on the tag to put the lot right away. Versus putting tags on all the flags and trying to. It's a bit simpler. If you just put the tag. Put the name tag on the flag as you're right at that lot versus. You got 30 of them with all the tags on them that you're sorting through. and
Digging through them,
everything.
I know I spent a lot of time doing that, but.
Whatever works easy, but
I honestly haven't found a system that works great, so.
Either way,
whatever works, you know. So we'll do that 6 to 8, commercial tent installers will be here. If you see somebody put a big tent up, go over, and make sure that they do not cross the white vendor lines with any part of the tent or the lines going down. If they do, hopefully there's another, we've had people in the D and E lots, or mainly E lots, where they'll extend and sometimes they've lucked out with nobody beside them. But they should be renting out those lots if they're gonna put lines on them. We don't wanna, we try and eliminate them going into the aisles if at all possible. Semi trucks come in during, but they're not allowed to open the doors until 11 PM. This is both private. Typically, they are the private semi trucks. But they are not allowed, if you see a truck and they have the doors open, talk to the driver and tell them they gotta wait till 11 o'clock with all the other vendors that are coming into town. Thursday, try and be here if you can at 8 AM. Finish with any of the details. Okay, the direction signs are gonna put up Wednesday night. Is that right, Mel?
yes, Wednesday night, probably. I am probably going to come into town at 5 and I'll do the signs first and then can help do flagging starting at 6.
Okay,
But I will do signs probably around 5.
super.
I was gonna make it, I don't know why this was going through my, I think as you said, private sellers. Joanne said something interesting to me earlier this week when we were up at the trailer. Those guys that used to be at Tilford's with all the metalworks and all that business are gonna be up right next to the Lion's old spot this year. So if people are looking for them,
What's that?
they're probably gonna ask
Oh,
you,
oh,
like, where are the guys those guys with all the metalworks and stuff that used
that's
to
the
be on
3
the
new
corner?
ones? The 3 new lots?
Yeah,
No,
they're
no. But they're up in. they're up
on B
against the
lot.
fence.
Oh,
Yeah, so by where the Lions used to be, but people are gonna ask, oh no, what happened to these guys? Where did they go? They are here, but they're up on the hill this year.
And they do bring their RV up there and like
Yep.
use that, so that's
Yep,
okay to come in.
so just, I know people are gonna be looking for them going,
For
where
the
are they?
Lions or
so
for
they've
the?
rented lots further.
Where the Lions used to be up on
Yeah,
B,
yeah.
not on the pad, but on the grass up by
Right,
there is
right.
gonna be that huge, they have all the metal
Mhm.
stuff
Yeah.
and
Right. I mean, those guys were great after that. What about the flower people that were? up
Yeah,
they're
there?
gonna be in the
Joel's-
same spot.
Joel's.
Pretty close to.
Yeah.
Well,
Joel's is up there too.
They did good.
And another one, I think
Great.
Joanne got another
Oh,
plant, she has
yeah.
more
They always
plant
do good,
people
but I was-
there.
Unbelievable.
I was nervous about moving them.
He's a
They-
good guy.
You know,
Yeah.
Joel and Nancy have no-
She said she's got another group of plant people up there this year too.
Those are that's the new ones in front of the cement slab.
is the glass guy coming back? I don't know, crazy amounts of glass.
He wanted the spot that he had last year, so it was his best show he's ever been at.
Did he really want that again?
Up on top of the hill there.
Because people could
Because
see
it
it.
was reversed, right?
He
was
should have been
the
in
wrong
front.
spot.
He should have been in front. But
But he
people could,
didn't mind it because then the wind wasn't affecting his setup.
he didn't mind anything. But he's awesome and you could see that glass from a long way away. So I think it like drew people up there. You know what I mean? Like the
Yep.
colors and.
And I hope that the lions aren't there, that's not gonna affect, it shouldn't
No,
affect.
I
sales
think
of
people
it,
will
right?
still go
Oh,
up there,
yeah.
they'll see it. you know,
Especially if we've got cool others like
Glass-
the metal
Yeah,
and
the glassware they paid, so.
Like,
It'll be here.
he's
Right in
fun.
front.
Yeah, I mean,
And
if
with
you
the
got
metal works up there, you can see that from.
And the
some of
flower
it's so
people will
big.
go up or
Yep.
whatever with that, so
Yes,
that'll.
I think that hill's gonna look nice this
Everybody
year.
likes the Joel's.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they're great. Okay, fantastic. That's gonna be a fun lot.
So let's plan on, we'll have all of our radios, so 10:30 at the information booth. And, so we can assign the entrances to people to 11 o'clock. Do you think we should, on the next page, I talked about, just to remind people of the, yellow and the green papers. Yellow, which one comes in 11, yellow or green?
Green, right?
Do we think we should go,
We better.
should we go down through the line on your card and just touch base with the vendors and say, are you yellow or green? Remember, yellow's going to left and green.
You know what they're gonna say? Oh, I didn't bring that paper with me because they are not gonna want to wait.
Take that piece of paper and just.
You know,
Well, and here's.
So who can do that? I'm a little.
I do it every year
I'm
anyway.
I'm a little
I'll
nervous.
do it.
I had that whole line up there last time and it was great and fun, but man, as soon as they bark at me, I'm like.
It's their idea.
yeah.
You can do it. I'll just wave and take pictures.
You just need a loud.
I check in with almost every car in the line that goes from Public Works and then all the way out down Fifth.
Yeah,
I just say good morning and, you know, you can call and get ice and blah, 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 and how is everybody this
Make
morning and,
And
Yes, are
then,
you
and then tell
excited?
them, and then remind them.
right?
Make friends
I'm
first,
great at
and then
that.
remind
Here's a
them.
donut.
What did you have last year, Sharon? You were giving away, was it?
Oh, you guys were selling,
I was like, she wasn't giving anything away.
You were selling whatever that was a.
The vendors, with hot dogs and hamburgers. And a lot of them had already been in town and gotten their breakfast. And they, you know, it was okay. I mean, we did okay, but I really didn't. The gals didn't wanna do that this year because, well, it was, when it gets to be 11 o'clock, it's kind of early for lunch, late for breakfast. And do we serve something else or how else can we service them? So we didn't plan on that this year. Thursday night, we are planning on a taco night.
Yeah.
So they're gonna, we'll be at the VFW for the vendors and shoppers.
You have a social media post for that?
I do.
Sweet.
I mean, I'm gonna make a new one.
Yeah, we just set up our price.
It's- okay. Yeah, as soon as you have the prices, I'll make a new one and we'll put it out.
As soon as you get it, either send it to me or I'll try to catch it when you post it and I'll screenshot it. Cause I'm putting the BF menu, the fire department menu and hours on little welcome sheet thingy information, whatever. And I'd love to put taco night on there. And vendor breakfast will be on there too.
Are
Exactly.
you heading those up?
Typically, yeah, I just have them like on that. Remember I print out those sheets?
Mhm.
I gave half to Kristen and I took half and she went that way and I went that way down the line. And it was just like, good morning, welcome vendors. If, you know, blah, 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 this is where stuff is located. Breakfast is available at 6 a.m. at this place and this place. There's coffee. Call this number for ice. If you need help, grab someone in a golf cart with a red shirt. Whatever, all that kind of just, it was just a morning welcome letter.
Okay, I didn't realize.
I love
Great at
it.
that.
And do you know how great?
They still hollered at you.
That kind of thing.
No, you know where I got hollered at was when I went out and delivered donuts on the vendor on the Sunday morning. That's where all the ruckus broke out. So if I go with anyone to do that, which they loved it, I got rid of a lot of donuts, but that's individually when they're gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
So, which was great. We worked out a lot of stuff. I think we worked out a lot of stuff, even bringing them to you and like resolve some issues before stuff, but that's when it's gonna happen is
Yeah, I heard way more complaining when I was just stopping in and
Yeah.
saying, you know, is business good this weekend, or like, how's it going,
But
or?
that's when you take notes and they're like, okay, we're gonna bring this to the
Exactly.
committee
You
and
could fix it.
that's
right
how,
there.
and
Yeah.
that's a big reason why
Friday
we.
morning, we'll be having 6 o'clock breakfast.
Okay.
That should all be on a flyer so that we could put like that, that information, like even at the information desk.
I have the breakfast and the,
At the booth.
That's
and the-
already a post
I
that I
have
made.
that already.
Okay, yeah. was
all
gonna
I
say,
need is taco dinner,
I just didn't have pricing and time,
We're
yeah.
gonna call it a taco bar.
taco bar,
bar.
okay?
I think the fire department starts serving at 7.
They do, it's 7 to 11 for breakfast, and then full menu through 6 p.m.
VFW is 6.
Can you serve margaritas too?
I'd
I'm
love
gonna
to.
get the other one.
I'll go.
Friday.
We have had so many people come in, hear about the margaritas. And
He's
we send help out, I mean, our help goes out to check it out and they never come back.
We go check out to see if they just get stuck at the bar? That's terrible business.
Stinkers.
I mean, go grab the premix stuff.
Okay,
at
so
And I asked
I,
people to bring one back for me and they won't.
I'm
I'll
gonna
get
bring
you
you
that,
that
I'll get you the food.
I'll get you.
Nora has a doctor appointment at 8:30 on Thursday morning. Nora has a doctor appointment at 8:30 on Thursday morning that we've been waiting for a long time. So I won't be there right away.
Okay.
But I will be there by the time-
Your last drink you always got was this.
Stuff.
I shouldn't say that because you never know what's gonna
Yes.
happen. But
Drive through.
No problem.
I will be there
I
eventually.
remember the drive-through, so yeah.
Margaritas with the taco.
Oh, is that
That's
good?
where it's at.
In a styrofoam cup.
Yeah.
Mhm. Whatever kind of
Sippy
cup.
cup.
You can bring it in a bucket for all I care.
People think it's
All
cool.
right, let's finish up here with,
Sorry, Rylan.
Having fun.
I was gonna bring pizza tonight.
So,
I'm so
um,
hungry.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Do what you do, accommodate everything. With a smile.
Are we
Yeah,
all
I'll do it.
here? Is there anybody missing this week?
Christine will not be there Thursday or Friday, so Jessica is going to use her cart,
Okay.
which will be fine.
I thought it was Wednesday and Thursday.
Am I saying it wrong? Is it Wednesday and Thursday?
Wednesday and Thursday is what she said.
Wednesday and Thursday,
16th and 17th.
okay.
She's got something.
Okay.
Okay. Sunday, the reception, you can join here at 8 o'clock for comments.
Do they do a survey or something at this reception? Is there a way for them to give feedback?
Comment bucket.
Yeah, and I think we got a lot of them last year too,
Sit
so.
down to eat, to a table or a group.
Okay.
And I actually threw that comment bucket out on the table in the cooling room and left it there like the whole weekend.
That's good.
So if they came in to like just chat and cool off and they saw I had the comment cards and pens and I just put the bucket on the table
Good
and
idea.
before Sunday morning, that bucket was full before we even got to Sunday morning.
That's
And it
good.
wasn't all negative, some was all positive, some was like, oh my gosh, we're finally cooling off, thank you for the air.
Mhm.
You know, just dumb stuff. But people were coming in and filling those cards out the whole weekend. So I'll probably do that again.
Definitely. And then we should probably, what I would really like to do is we should probably do a log of those comments.
Yeah.
Because I feel like those sheets are so easy to lose and we do lose them. And then, so I know we're all exhausted right after, but like shortly after that, we should at least make a log of. Just so we could carry over for
I
next
keep a
year.
bunch of comments in the back of my notebook, which I keep in my backpack with me all weekend.
I take them on my phone.
But I think, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right, like to be able to just put them all in one place
Yeah.
and be like, this is the stuff we should address for next year.
The
period.
one thing you guys, I really think we need to think about doing after the show is another, so we did this years ago, maybe 2018, 2019. It's a survey
Yeah.
after the show, a Survey Monkey survey. So it
Yep.
was just, we published it on our website, we published it on our Facebook page. And I think what we need to ask people, shoppers and vendors, if we have a shopper one and a vendor one, what do we think about this setup? Do we want to keep it on one side of town? Do we want to, you know what I mean? Because we're gonna be going back to regular streets next year. What do we want to do? So I think we should really focus on that after, and we can do it even,
And make sure that they're having an opportunity to be heard, so it's
Yes.
not like it's just us changing the
Yeah.
plan.
yeah,
We're doing a lot of new things. We're doing the maps, sandwich boards, we're doing the yellow green cards. So we're bringing a lot of information. It's the dealers themselves will use the maps to look at other dealers too.
it's been incredibly helpful.
And I know that-
Joanne, you sent me a spreadsheet with a list of all the dealers, the lots. Can that be in the booklet?
Yeah, it is. It's supposed
Is
to
it?
be.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be.
Just an FYI, right now, we're at 382 lots rented.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Wow.
What
So
we
it's
have
like
last year?
200 vendors and then the lot like 400.
And last year we had 200, we had 373 lots rented. So we had more lots rented than last year.
That's great.
That's the
I
right
think-
direction, so.
And what I was gonna say, just to add to Dana's comment about the one side or the other side and whatever. The negative feedback that I kept hearing about how we're doing it now was they all think that it felt so small. And I kept having to repeat over and over, like, well, who are you looking for? Like, all your favorite people are here. They're just consolidated on this side of the street, but we can certainly help you find. And they didn't, and even some local people that live here in town, just
Every-
rude, nasty.
That happens every year and that's
rude, nasty
very
comments about
common.
how it's so small and it's so shrinky. And I'm like, actually, it was the same amount of vendors, just
And
laid out
Well,
differently.
I've started,
People that were walking it liked it because you
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
turn around, they get a lot,
Yeah.
and everything was here. So I think
Yes.
that's what you want.
It's
is
the
more-
very visual people. It's a
Yeah.
visual complaint that I'm getting, that
Yeah.
it visually
It's a
looks,
perception.
appears
Yeah.
smaller.
I heard a lot of good about.
I heard
Yeah,
good too.
thought it was.
I was just making the comment that the majority of the bad feedback I got about that was people just felt like it was dying. Like, because it just felt so small,
They
which
say
it
that
truly really isn't. But
It'll never be
anyway,
1,200
every
vendors.
year they say that.
Never, ever.
No.
well, and that's what
it's not a
people,
growing,
exactly, and that's what the people
hobby.
in town, that's what they think back to.
Right.
Well, of course it was different. That's when
it was booming.
that business was incredibly vibrant. That's
Yeah.
not the case anymore.
Correct.
There's so many more shows now, though. I mean, I think people prefer a smaller,
smaller.
more quaint thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, in and out.
Yeah,
And you're right, there are a lot more
There are a
small
lot more
shows.
shows.
I mean, all the little hometown festivals,
I mean-
almost all of them have some kind of a market or a crafts day or.
But look at, you've got a lot of more additional food vendors that there are this year too, okay, and that's always
That'd be
good.
And
that's
it
a
makes
good
for a
sign.
really good looking Main
Yeah,
Street.
it does, so I think that's.
Yeah, or
positive.
make it, like the pictures of, when you take pictures down Main Street, makes it hard to get down it, but taking pictures and walking, it's fun.
It makes it look huge.
It
So-
does.
I agree.
Last item. I will not be here for the September meeting. So, Dan, you want to put the agenda together
Sure.
as the vice president?
Am I here though? I'm on a trip and, hold on.
September 7th,
Oof. What is it? September 2nd?
Seventh, I think you said.
yeah, that should be the second,
I'm,
first Thursday, September 7th.
I can do it. Should we? In the past, what we've done is had a super quick debriefing meeting. Can it be like a quick meeting that night, do you feel like?
Sure,
Like,
Does it have to be here? Could I offer the River House and like, can we like have a meal together and like?
well, we should do that though when everybody can be
Oh,
here,
that's right, that's
especially
right.
right.
Rylan can't be here.
So maybe we could do that in October. I probably am not.
I'm back on September the 12th.
Maybe we can plan like a event, like how, like an appreciation night. We
Yeah.
usually do something like that in October.
Is it impossible to move to the second Thursday of the month instead of the first Thursday?
Probably.
Planning and zoning meeting.
Okay. I'm just thinking out loud.
I would love to say no,
And
but
I think it would give us a little bit of extra time in between the shows.
21st, September 4th, the third
Cause
Thursday
if
is
we
open.
debrief on that 7th, I don't want Rylan to be missing
Missing
that
that
either.
either, no.
Do we need to meet in September?
what about the 21st?
September 21st for a September meeting only.
What's everybody?
So
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I'll make a motion that we move our September meeting to the 21st
I'll
of
second.
September at 6:30
here?
PM.
6:30, yep, on the 21st, I'll second that.
6:30. And who seconded that?
I did.
Okay, no. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
I,
Okay. That's great. I'll make a motion, meeting adjourned.
I'll second that.
Aye.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, 8:16.
Yeah, that's pretty good for the night, for the week,
Yeah, no
the
kidding.
month of. Good job.
Rylan, thank you for being so organized and having everything
Yeah.
documented and writing things down and.
All that.
Spreadsheet.
Last year, 'cause he
That's
did,
what-
Try to keep our head above the surface, and it's here.
Well, this spreadsheet is just incredibly,
That logistics spreadsheet had to happen,
and that, yeah.
because it can be revisited so much faster, all the things. And everybody knows what's going on and can
It's
follow
so,
along.
it's so important.
It is.
Go through that time.
Yeah,
You get it.
because you know, is that?
Selena,
is
do
that
you
something
have
we can
like
just
a
take
photo
on?
dump spot for us, like
eight.
for all the